about the bang-bangs. The adults do nothing. This is what this New World Order is going to be built on the shoulders of the youth. That's why the youth out there is so important. That's why I hope you're still around, you're still listening. I'll try as hard as I can to get, to try to steer you in the right direction so you at least can see what's going on and why, so you don't fall into the trap. Now, it doesn't mean if you're older that you're useless in this battle, because you're not. Of course you're not. You can obviously do a lot too. But this is what it's going to be built on the shoulders of. They're the ones who are going to demand and bring in and want this New World Order. They're going to be told it's safer. They're going to already be used to having, the military as their bus drivers in the grocery stores, working at regular jobs, because that's what they're going to, the only thing they're going to see when they're kids, so it's the only thing they're going to know. That's why they're easing it in right now with, bringing in the National Guard and things like that. So this New World Order is going to be built on their backs, and by the time they're, 20 years old, the kids underneath that will be fully, it's scary to think. It's scary to think about, but here you have Greta, right, chanting, we're unstoppable, a new world is possible. They want a new world. People are like, they don't even realize what they're trying to say. They're going to create a new world, because they're going to destroy everything in this world. The Great Reset, the World Economic Forum. What do you think they're talking about? They're talking about destroying everything and rebuilding it. That's what every symbol I've exposed in the New World Order is about. The Ouroboros, the Phoenix Rising, all of this stuff. Destruction and then rebuild. And this is being rebuilt on the shoulders of the Antichrist. And people are like, oh, a new world. Yeah, there won't be any hatred, what? The same people crying about that stuff are the same people who censor and hate people like me and you. And they don't even realize they're doing the same thing. Because they don't have brains. You don't have anything going on in their heads. Maybe a couple of gerbils in there. But they're clamoring for a new world. They're openly screaming for it. They don't even know why they want it. Meanwhile, people who are older should just be looking back going, what was the problem 5 years ago, 10 years ago? And then they get people to be like, oh, slaves and black versus white. That was a problem 10 years ago? Their heads are so far up their rear end, they don't realize that they're being worked. You're just being, you're being played like someone's picking you up at a bar. You're being played. We all have been played, and they continue to play everyone out there. So, Greta clamoring for a new world. The youth are going to be the ones who bring it in. And, you see these kids out there screaming and cheering. She's, they're all going to think they're advocates and social justice warriors, and they don't have the slightest clue that not only, they're so far gone, as far as realizing what's happening in this world. Just imagine what's going to happen to their souls, because they're going to be so far removed from even knowing what the Bible is, or who God is. It's scary to think about, but we've got to stay aware and awake and try to see and know what they're doing. And again, one of the things with climate change, I know that they've used climate change, obviously, for a long time to get away with the geoengineering. As an excuse as to why this and why that, as an excuse for controlled weather modification and all that. But at the same time, there's more to it than that. There has to be. They need a cooling. They want to cool the mass and everything else. It proves that they want this place cooled down naturally, and then they're going to bring stuff in, and they're going to continue to destroy. And they're going to probably tell people, hey, we need to get the Earth's temperature down to 0 degrees for about 10 years, and then we can sustain the future. And everyone will be like, okay, we could deal with it for 10 years or 5 years while these things come over. Because if these things could have adapted in the atmosphere and the climate the way it is now, they'd already be here. They would already be here. So that's my take on it. I don't care if it sounds crazy or not. To be honest with you, I've been thinking about it long and hard for a while. And at the end of the day, it's hard to believe what they're trying to do, but we know that this is what they're trying to do. They've told us this. I show you videos from CERN the last 5-6 years. They're openly admitting to doing it. What do people think they're talking about by bringing things over from the other side? What do you think? They're bringing over a dish of cupcakes, And they're bringing a mall over from the 1980s that we can go hang out in? What? They're talking about destroying and rebuilding, and they've obviously prepared us with this alien invasion nonsense, which we know are demons. So, anyway, I went off on a little bit of a rant there, but that's Greta. Let me know what you think of her wonderful chant there. I'm sure you guys were chanting it at home as well. Unbelievable. Ryan, check out the website at welcomeuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. Check it out if you haven't. I want to thank the Patrons for being here. And of course, all of you for your support. I appreciate it greatly. God bless all of you and your families.